Hey everyone, greetings and salutations. We're back finally. After technical difficulty after technical difficulty after technical difficulty. It's the Maz and Sack shit show. How you doing, Sack?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Not as good as you, buddy.
Shit. Then that is sad to hear, bro.
Yeah. So
A lot of doldrums, it sounds like, in here. We're just gonna be kind of sad this week in Moby.
why Moby?
No, just I don't know, because that's the word I chose. What the fuck?
Okay. So we both watched 2 pay-per-views yesterday.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. It was a long day. I woke up and watched college football, obviously, and then that turned into baseball because MLB playoffs have started. I figure at the end of the year, I'm going through the podcast we did, the MLB preview show, and I'm gonna take some clips from that, and we'll do like a end of the year show, and I'll pull some clips for that to see what kind of job we did predicting the season.
Probably shitty.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that nobody had Detroit making it to the ALDS, and I'm fairly sure nobody had Baltimore losing in the wild card round. I don't think that's how any of us saw it. Yeah, a lot of interesting things so far. Cleveland's bullpen is tough to touch. That's good come the playoffs, so I'm excited to see what they can do. Pulling for Detroit, but whatever. And then the pay-per-view started fairly early. Typically when it's 5 p.m. Central start time, you're thinking that's the pre-show. And so I turned it on thinking I was gonna get the announcer booth and all the people walking into the arena and shit, and instead it's like you got Bianca and those guys up there,
Jade and Naomi.
Yeah, Jade and Naomi, those guys, whatever, cute outfits. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why we had to start with them announcing the Hell in a Cell. I don't know. I'm sorry, I have a fidget fucking with. I don't know what that was all about, but
I can tell you.
Oh, please do.
This is Uncle Mike talking here. They just got criticized for not using any black athletes on television. So they were in Atlanta and they rolled out 3 black women. Okay.
All right, fine, fair enough. But yeah, it was interesting to have such an abrupt start. I know we're gonna break it down, so we're getting better at this, so I'm not gonna rush ahead to anything. But I'm gonna be the first one to offer my opinion and say it felt weird. It felt odd. I'm not saying any of the in-ring stuff wasn't good, but some of the endings were very weird. Like a lot of questions to answer from this show. So yeah, it was just kind of odd. The pacing was a little odd. Everything about it was just a little odd.
So pacing, yeah. You mentioned that. The pacing was outstanding because they were rushing to get in for the UFC.
Okay.
Instead of 30 minutes in between every match, it was like
yeah,
with a package and go.
Yeah, no. I got that. And I mean, it was a very tidy very tidy show.
Mhm.
It ended with 20 minutes to go before the UFC pay-per-view started, which was nice. I got to see the Wonder Boy career end. We'll talk about that later, I'm sure. But yeah, it felt weird. It felt weird. So anyway,
And here's the other thing. You look at the time of year and you know that it's Survivor Series. But it looks like they're going to build the Crown Jewel instead, which is really weird.
Yeah. So I figured you wanted to do it in order, but that belt, holy fuck, bro. Like, that thing is atrocious. I don't know whose idea that was or who decided to tell that person that it was a good idea. It's awful. It is awful.
It's the most gaudy thing ever. You know what? Just put it on The Rock, because then he could have two.
Oh yeah, it's definitely The Rock's idea. You know it is. Yeah. And even if it isn't, he'll take credit for it someday if it becomes something that people enjoy, which I wouldn't, expect that.
Yeah. I see a bunch of memes today that say, CM Punk, you get the main event. And then it was The Rock saying, fuck you! And the cowboy hat. Yeah. So anyways, the show opens.
I mean, isn't that just CM Punk though? I mean, come on, dude. It feels like it's the same run. Like, I know he doesn't have the belt. It's not for the belt. I get it, but it's a Hell in the Cell match.
Right.
The fact
I guess
that
maybe they opened it because then the cage lowering, but I don't know.
Dude, I have no idea, but by the end it felt really stupid, in my opinion. Like, I get it. You gotta close the show with a surprise like that. Like, I don't feel like it was much of a surprise to anybody.
Well,
but yeah.
The show opened with the Hell in a Cell. CM Punk versus Drew. Match of the show?
Oh, by far. Hands down. They went all out, and without any spots that felt overly dangerous, I guess, like overly choreographed for danger. I didn't feel like they did some cool stuff. They like the wrench, the using a wrench like a knife. I don't know what we're doing there, but it is what it is.
Yeah. And then the 37 wrench hits to the face. I mean, you'd be dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very much dead. The toolbox spot I loved. I gotta be honest. And when Drew popped up, busted it like in the right spot of your head to just like have blood spurting, which was great because he's got the long hair, so then it soaked his hair, and the visual was amazing. Like, right. The visual of the match was great, and it brought back then Punk ends up putting him in a sharpshooter, and you're right back to watching Stone Cold with the crimson mask, and I liked that. I did. I liked a lot of it. I thought they worked really well together. The match was fairly fucking exciting, even for, like I said, they didn't go over the top with stupidity. I don't know.
It was reverse of the Lights Out match at AEW.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%, because they pushed the envelope. But I mean, it was like, it's the envelope of what we've had with WWE for the last era, not necessarily the envelope of like where humankind is, because I'll be completely honest with you. I don't think anybody really wants it right now. Like, I understand the blood is one thing because it is a battle sport, right? Like that is, you know, it has its place. But I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm talking to the boys, and we talked about the AEW, you know, the most recent thing that they did. And I'm watching like the uncomfort in the crowd, and you could kind of feel it. And it's like, it wasn't even that much, but I feel like even in wrestling right now, there's a palpable feeling that people are kind of like inundated with a lot of suffering and bad things right now.
Mm-hmm.
And entertainment is like the only thing we have to like let some of that go. And I don't think there's much room for the degrading stuff right now. I think there's plenty of room for the blood, and there's plenty of room for the good match that they put on 100%. But to make it ugly and to try and make it some real like life or death situation, it doesn't even make sense right now, because nobody wants to feel that, you know. I don't know if I'm explaining it very well, but
with the wars and all of the tragedies going on right now.
Yeah. Right. It's like, dude, yeah, like I get it. We want there to feel like there's some stakes, but I didn't want to, like, I don't know. And I thought they did a good job. I thought both performers were great. I'm just going to sum it up that way. I loved the use of blood in the match, and it worked well. It was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a lot of blood, dude. Really wasn't it? It was quite a bit, wasn't it? Like I thought it was a lot. But once he got it in his hair, once he got it in his hair, it was like, okay, now it's going everywhere. But then he took what was the second bump? Like, what happened when he reopened it?
The wrench, wasn't it?
The wrench, yeah, maybe it was. Yeah,
the first was the toolbox, that was a hard way.
Yeah,
he gets, I think they said 16 staples.
No shit. Oh,
yeah. He just posted it online.
Yeah, I figured it was. Because when he got up, I mean, it was all over. And you could like see it kind of pumping out, and I was like, oh, and it was like on the top of his head. Those things bleed really bad. Like but to get that many, if he had that many staples, like that's a pretty big gash.
Right. So that is the time in wrestling to have color. They had a 10-month long feud. That's where you do it. You don't do it in a cold match on a Wednesday show and do the same thing the next time. So
can we talk about the beads? Because, you know, obviously the black bag comes out, and I'm like,
thank God it wasn't Tic Tacs, and thank God it wasn't glass.
I was like, I figured it was tax, right? Of course I figured it was tax. Like, it's a black bag. I was like, those are tax. And when it was the beads, I was just like, oh, like I didn't want to, like we were just talking about, like I didn't want them to step it up any further. I was disappointed to even see the bag. But then when they were beads, I was like, oh.
I think it adds to the story, though. So
the symbolism is pretty on, but like it was a tad much. And I'm so glad that neither one of them like legitimately choked on a fucking bead being shoved into their mouth, because, you know, that's at the end of a match. They're both fucking sucking wind. You like suck one down your tailpipe and wait, what? Your windpipe, and you're fucked.
At least they didn't shove them in their tailpipe.
Yeah, I didn't want to see that either. I don't want to see any of that shit.
But outstanding match.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty perfect for the end of the feud. So kudos to both guys. going out and giving a hell of a performance. But
all
should have
three
been the
matches, all three matches too. Like their little trilogy. They're like, you know, Punk coming back and these being the matches that he's been in. You know, they like kudos to both of them.
And it was 3 different types of matches. And they worked all the gimmicks well. So awesome. I think this elevates Drew. I thought Drew needed to win, because I don't think it matters for Punk, but
I don't know. I think it does. I think it does. I think the return heat was fantastic, but that dies off. And now that you've had 3 good matches, I feel like it was going to come down to whoever came out on top is going to get, you know, a push. I don't know what happens to Drew coming out of this. I guess, like, I don't know where it leaves him. I honestly don't have any idea, but maybe by the end of the
tune into Raw Monday night, you'll find out.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the greatest thing ever.
I don't know why we're pushing it like that. Yeah, like,
but
tune into Raw.
Yeah. I guess once we get through all this shit, then we could kind of discuss what's next for everybody. But
works for me.
They showed celebrities in the crowd, which UFC does on pay-per-views. That's like my favorite thing on pay-per-view, to see who they have there. It's a nice touch that they're doing it here. It makes the event seem more special. Yeah. There's a list. I don't know where they were, but like they had Jackie, they had X-Pac, EDP, the Brainbusters were together, and you could see how Arn can't do the 4 anymore, which is kind of sad. But it is. Tully was there. Tully looked great. Yeah. But it just adds something to the show. A big fight feel. And speaking of big fight, Nia Jax versus Bayley was next.
I'm not pausing for dramatic effect. I legitimately just don't. Like, I don't know what you want me to say here. Nia, like, you don't have to be a sharp wrestling eye to see that Nia Jax sucks.
Yeah, I obviously was watching this. I was doing our reviews. If you want to check those out, the instant match ratings, they're on our channel. Maybe soon to be on TikTok as well. We were eating dinner while this match was on. Okay. My wife goes, Nia walks out and she goes, she should not be wearing that. Nothing to do with Nia, but she fucked up like 4 times, like real bad.
Yeah, no. Yeah, like legitimate, like terrible, miss your everything fucking botches.
We were watching, I think it was like supposed to be a Hurricanrana spot, and Bayley took the bump off of nothing herself.
Not to mention, Bayley fucking had to hold her weight up on her shoulders in order to fucking take that mystery bump. Because, dude, it was so bad. And Bayley did everything she could.
It's 2 in a row for Bayley that she had to do this. Like, it's...
I don't like watching Bayley do the job. And I definitely don't like watching her do it this way at all. Like, it felt terrible. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if Bayley's being punished or if it's, but it definitely doesn't have that feel of like, oh no, she's at the top competing for the title. It's like, because that's just not how Nia doesn't work a match where the opponent is ever in it. Ever.
Nia is another get my shit in person.
Yes, 100%, dude.
Bayley sold and sold and sold and sold, and
not to mention, again, picked up the misses constantly, and I felt terrible. I felt terrible for Bayley. I really, really did. And I think it's sad that Nia gets to keep doing it. But what I'm not my. you know, I'm just criticizing. I'm just sitting here doing it, but she's terrible. I'm just gonna jump right into it. You know, Tiffy, I liked that spot though. Like I don't know why I didn't think of it, but
how many times are they going to do it though? They've been teasing.
That's
every match.
And that's the thing. How many times can you get away with it? And then even that botched, even that fucked up. Like why did she throw Bailey the case?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it was like, was she trying to distract her? Because at first, I'm reading it with my eyes, watching what's going on, and I'm thinking, oh shit, she threw her the case to fucking like knock Nia out because Bailey's up on the top rope. So why wouldn't Bailey use it? And if she throws it to her, even if it was meant to be a distraction and Bailey catches it, well, fuck, use it. Like,
I think that she was kind of trying to sling it and the strap snapped.
Okay.
And maybe she lost it and then Bailey caught it.
I did see that the snap was broken. I just didn't see when it happened. I don't know, man. It was
shit.
Sloppy. It was sloppy.
Yeah.
It was sloppy. And it didn't really it didn't do anything for Tiffy. I have no clue who Tiffy is more now. It made Bailey look like an absolute fucking shit-heeled jobber.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Nia just looks exactly how Nia already looks.
We've covered Nia 35 times. I don't think we need to do it again.
Yeah, I'm good with it. We can move on.
Yeah. Nick Khan, I know you're watching this because we're so fucking over in this community. Bailey deserves a fucking performance of the night bonus for that because goddamn.
I actually agree with that too. Like I can't say who did a better job all night. Like that probably Bailey. Yeah. I mean, Gunther kind of did a pretty good job.
Yeah. I think that's after the next match.
Okay.
So there's very, like we said, minimal commercial breaks.
Mm-hmm.
They kept all the commercial advertising into the LEDs around. Like they had Wendy's spicy nugs up like fucking the whole night, which was weird.
I loved it.
Or saucy nugs, whatever.
It's not. I think it's spicy nugs, right? Maybe it is saucy.
No, it's saucy because the referee had a handful of sauce at one point in the back thing. They had Xavier Woods outside the arena to play Dragon Ball Z video game.
Okay, hold on. No. You have no idea how big of a deal that was in my house. Like, oh my God, when that came on, so my twins are kind of ridiculous Dragon Ball fans. Like, they collect the Dragon Stars. It's like the prime like run of the action figures, and they have almost all of them. And like they're very huge Dragon Ball fans. They love the fucking games. And I think I've already talked about Austin and the shit that with him. So the thing comes on and my kids are like, I'm in the kitchen getting snacks and shit, and they're like, oh, I didn't expect to get excited for Dragon Ball today, like only excited for this. And then it's Austin and they're like, aha, I deleted your save on fucking Pokemon Snap or whatever. And I'm like, they're never gonna let that go. They're just never gonna let that go. But they loved it. That was their highlight up until the end because they actually enjoyed the way it ended. But
So Dragon Ball Z, are they going to be streaming this game on their Twitch when this comes out?
I would love them to stream it from their Twitch, but I don't know, man. The motivation level when it comes to doing shit like that in this house is just like it's there, but
gotta shit or get off the pot.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Like I think there's a misunderstanding for how much like work on every end it takes to like do that shit and do it consistently. Because not to mention like time to be able to do it the way you want to instead of just do it the way you can. I don't know. We're working on all of it, man. It just, some things don't work the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth time. You just got to keep figuring out what to do next, you know?
Just like this show.
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
Mm-hmm. All right. So match number 3 of 5. Damian Priest and Finn Balor. I loved it.
Oh, dude, it was amazing. It's always great, in my opinion, to see guys that have been, you know, as they used to say in the old days, on the road together, you know, work matches, because they have such a flow. And they did. Trust. Dude, yeah, exactly. They probably went, those two, actually not even just those two, I mean the interferences too, they went for it probably more than anyone other than Punk and Drew for the night, because that trust level and just that chemistry that they had. They put on a great match. I wish I knew who Finn Balor wanted to be, because he just doesn't have anything right now. And it's sad to see, but he's just kind of there, looks good and can work, but he's really got nothing, like he's got no selling points right now, which I don't like for him. But I think everybody looked good. I think everybody got a good rub from this. I think as much as the storyline is probably dead, you know, considering they had the blow off match with Dom too. We'll get to that, but I think that was weird, and I don't know what happened there either. But it felt like it was still good for everybody involved. Like it, you know, in my opinion, it felt like everybody got a good rub from the work, and everyone liked the match in the stadium. I know we all really, really enjoyed the match. You enjoyed the match, so great job.
So I'm gonna have a couple points here.
Good.
Finn. If Finn doesn't get hurt at SummerSlam, that one year when he beat Seth for the title, his career is drastically different. Because right now he's just a mid-card guy that can do moves. Damian Priest, if he had these matches before, like say this is last year, he has this match before his title run. His title run's way different. Because there was no build, he just won the title.
Yeah.
My God, he's been cooking the last couple big shows, putting on great matches. So kudos to Damian. And
he'll get another chase. You know, he'll get another chase.
Yeah, he deserves it because he's cooking.
I firmly believe he'll get another chase. Like I do. I just don't know. I mean, fuck, man. With the introduction, I guess it's just one show. It's one thing, but the title, you know, the two champions spending a whole show having to build up for going at each other. It's like,
it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
But great match.
Agreed.
Go out of your way to watch it because it really was good, and we don't say that too
Everybody
often.
looked great.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next, the cat's out of the bag here. The introduction of Paul Levesque. He comes out to his music, gets his charity pop. They unveil the dumbest fucking logo or belt of all time.
It's awful.
Awful. Absolutely awful.
Monstrous, and it's like a rectangle. Like
it's fucking weird.
So weird. Like, and that was another moment where, and I'm not normally like this. I don't know. There was something about it that just felt so out of touch. Like this giant, ugly, like huge thing with all these diamonds in it and shit that you're gonna give away over in the Middle East. Like, it's just, there was like something about it that made me just like ick. Like it was kind of ick, and I'm sure it has a lot to do with the fact that it's as fucking ugly as it is. But
it's very gaudy and it fits everything in the Middle East. You have your rich princes and all that stuff. So
so it had
that's
like
where,
a really gross feel to someone like me. You know,
the Blood Money title. I think that's what I texted you.
Yeah, it is. And I kind of wish they would have gone with something like, obviously it's built for the Saudis. I'm sure there's some Saudi somewhere that designed it, honestly, not to like, I mean, and that's fine, whatever. I would be happier with a fucking belt that felt a little bit more like hardcore, like where, you know, it has more of a, I don't know. I don't want to say prestige because I think that's the wrong word, but I just wish these competitions felt more like they weren't show pony competitions and they were more of like physical feats where the belts kind of represent that. And to me, that belt represents more of like the show pony aspect of it, you know, like the grander, like the, I don't know, like the old school Ric Flair shit that he talked about that I just didn't enjoy, which is why I was never a Ric Flair fan. You know, and not just I didn't like him because he was some sort of heel. I just was never a fan because I felt like he, the bravado, the I don't know, the pomp and circumstance is something I didn't need. I like the grittier aspect of it, and when you got two champions going at each other, it should feel like the two best competitors competing for something that is worth something, not just like this giant fucking belt that's all gaudy and makes you look like a fucking asshole. Anybody that actually walks out from behind, like anybody that comes down the fucking ramp wearing that thing is gonna look like an asshole.
Well, they'll probably do it just for the show over there, and then they'll present it to the Sheik or whatever that's over there, and then he could put it in his living room.
You know, and I would have thought that too if they didn't fucking take part of this show to introduce it. Like, I would have thought the same thing. I would have thought, okay, well, this is just another gimmick for the Saudi show, like what they did with the battle royale, the largest battle royale that they did. Very similar thing, and they had a very gaudy thing.
They have to have something that, you know, is different for over there.
Yeah.
So this segment, it really took a turn for the worst, in my opinion. Gunther came out. We saw the shitty belt. Gunther came out. He fucking amazing promo.
Oh god damn, dude, he is like he did he hit him with the bro, thanks for the new belt.
Mm-hmm.
Like he totally did. It was just like, hey, look, that's mine. Thank you. I'm so happy you brought it for me. And then like he's so good, dude. I like Gunther so much. I'm still my number one pick, dude, on our soon to be. We need to spend some serious time talking about how we want to handle time management and building and what we want to actually do with this so we can fucking do it if we're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
Gunther, number one pick, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but then, you know, he started cutting the evil promo on Goldberg, who was sitting in the front row. So
saw that one coming, though.
I'm guessing that we're going to see Goldberg and Saudi at Crown Jewel.
Probably.
And he'll probably cost Gunther the match or some bullshit. But you know, they had a pull apart. They never got together.
I just hope that that's it. Like I don't want old man Goldberg anywhere near a fucking ring for a match. No, right? Nowhere near it.
We already got the other one coming up that we have to talk about.
Exactly. So you're in Atlanta. I get it. Because that's Goldberg's stomping ground, and it's you know, TNT fucking territory, you know, like that's why, you know, Triple H dropped the terrorizing, you know, fucking he even kind of did the WCW Like he even
A
kind
little
of,
bit.
yeah. I liked it. I mean, I like moments like that. And I mean, obviously Triple H is always going to be that guy. He's the one that got punished for the click, for the oh, what do they call it?
Curtain call.
Curtain call. That's right.
So they had Goldberg jumped the rail. They never got together, but had a pull apart. And then Sammy came out, attacked Gunther. I guess
I don't.
Is that on Raw Monday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is Sammy still fucking involved in? Like, what is? Whatever. I'm not watching it enough. That's on me. I apologize.
So after
it was
that,
stupid. It felt stupid. That's when it turned from like a decent promo into a total clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Because seriously,
guess,
Gunther cut a decent promo. Give him, you gotta give him credit.
Really good.
You know, but it fell apart.
Then they go to a party suite up in the arena with our hosts, the Jade, Bianca, and Naomi. And Chelsea Green walks out.
Oh my god, dude!
They just talk about the stench. I guess she got lost in a dumpster match Friday. They talk about how she stinks, and then Piper Niven was there, and I thought a boob came out.
I thought so too, dude. And did you see the guy? Like, I don't know who
the
he
rapper.
was.
Yeah,
some rapper guy, and he's got his jacket up like this, and he's like covering his mouth.
Yeah,
dude, I that shit was funny. Like,
that's how you use comedy in wrestling.
Unintentionally hilarious, and for a lot of reasons, to be honest. And it felt like an old school, like I almost felt like you were gonna get Bradshaw fucking sitting there, or you were about to get a damn, like it was one of those
run right there.
It was one of those segments, and I appreciated it because I don't know, man. I know that some of them, there have always been years where people are like, I'm sick of the segments. They're just stupid. But there are so many good ones. And like, when you look back at dudes' careers, I didn't know I was going to defend fucking comedy segments, but you look back over the years and you look at like Hall of Famers that you would even consider putting on your Mount Rushmore. And yeah, the in-ring work is fucking phenomenal, and the crowd work is on the top. But like, once you get to modern era wrestlers, so that's not even fucking true, man. Segment shit with fucking Rowdy Piper, like he that's what made him amazing, for fuck's sake.
That's how he got over. Yep.
His segment work. And it's like, I think that when your writing is really fucking shitty, and when your actors, performers, like, don't have fun with it, they feel kind of forced, and they just stumble their way through it, it's bad. But like, that little segment was fun as shit. And when you have outsiders involved that can't maintain composure because you're doing something funny that's funny for you, because like, and it wasn't a big moment, and it was a pay-per-view, I guess, whatever they're calling them now. I don't say premium live events, because I know it. I want to say whatever they're calling them now. Okay, so leave it alone. It's the last time I'm ever gonna say it. Promise. It was a great spot, but Chelsea Green fucking took it on the chin for that one.
She's great at doing that too. She's taken shit and made shit way with her over the years. So good for her. Next, we go to a video of Dom and Liv cruising around downtown Atlanta in a lowrider, and it leads right into their introduction. And now we can talk about this clusterfuck.
So, Liv Morgan is amazing, and I love everything about her. That's all I have to say.
So then Rhea comes out, and she's dancing around the shark cage, and she pulls out the dumb toilet paper that you can buy on WWEshop.com or whatever it is. And that just dragged and dragged and dragged.
It did. It took forever.
Oh my god.
And at first I was like, okay, we're having fun here, guys. And then I was like, no, we're fucking not. Like, god damn, just get in the fucking ring. Let's go. The whole thing dragged. The whole thing dragged. And honestly, the main event started the same way, in my opinion. It just dragged like a motherfucker. Just dragged.
Like, they could have had another match or something.
I mean, and again, I get it. You want to build it up. You're selling that the match is what the match is. But it took forever. In-ring work between the two of them was still really fucking good. I like watching.
Liv is getting way better.
Yeah. She's really fucking good, dude. I've been saying it for a while, dude. Like, really fucking good.
Dom picked the lock for the shark cage.
Why?
I don't know. Then he flung himself out, and his feet were there. And Rhea beat him with a cane, and you could see that he had a back protection on.
Dude,
she's just hitting plastic.
When she pulled out the fucking
Singapore cane, kendo stick.
Yeah, I was trying to think of how to, like, which one. When she pulled out the kendo stick, I was like, oh, she's gonna beat him like a piñata, and I was like, oh, that seems insensitive. And then Cole or Corey, I don't know which one of them it was just like, I'm waiting for candy to start falling out of him, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, so we're, obviously
we're going there,
not taking the high road on shit like that.
You could see his back the whole time had some kind of pad under it.
It was weird, but I didn't, up until that point, I wasn't disappointed with the match. Like, up until that point, I wasn't disappointed in the match. Like, it was a little odd, and it whatever. But they've had better matches against each other. I hate that.
Yeah, something was off
when you stretch something too long. I was kind of my takeaway. I was kind of wondering if Liv didn't get hurt, because Liv stayed in the ring the entire time that Rhea went out and beat on Dom. Yeah, Pinata Dom. And then it was like nothing was happening. And then all of a sudden you get this blind run-in, and they don't, like Raquel got no fanfare for it, nothing out of it. And then they ring the bell, right? So it's like, we're sitting there going, well, wait a minute, this match up until this point has been basically no disqualification. And the ref wasn't even in the ring. So I'm like, well, wait a minute, what the fuck just happened? Why are they ringing the bell? And then Raquel, seemingly not knowing what she's supposed to do, fucking does her whole bit and then puts Liv on top of her, but the bell rang like 20 seconds before that. So I'm like, it just led me to believe that there may not have been exactly how it was planned to end.
Yeah,
I don't know. Taking a stab in the dark, but it felt
very weird,
and it's very out of place for this rivalry, right? Like, and the gimmick to your match is Dom being in a cage so that you don't have interference. Why is Raquel coming in when she has nothing to do with the storyline up until this point anyway? So it felt very, very odd. And I just made a guess on the fly that something happened. And then, cause even when she picked up Liv to put her on her, Liv was just like 100% dead weight. Like it was, but it was a weird ending. And it was kind of the first crack in their whole thing. Like, now I'm sitting here going, well, how are we ending this? How are we getting away from this? Like, I wanted to see a legitimate, like, wash away from this. Like, I wanted to see Rhea get the fucking pin, you know, in the middle of the ring and pull Dom out of the cage and beat the shit out of him and then walk away. And that, like, you can end it. I've done it. I won. I got to beat the shit out of Dom. Now I can move on, and now you two can move on, right? Like, I wanted that clean break in the story. Now I'm like, well, what the fuck? Where are we?
Well, with the finish, I don't want to see it again.
No.
And you might be right, because Raquel's outfit was very weird for physical activity. She didn't have a bra on. She just had like little things over her boobs, and it was just
dude, it was so weird. Whatever
weird.
She was, what, like, it was very weird. And very like not what I would have expected for that situation, and it felt very out of place. So and if it was planned, it is an awful plan, and I don't know what the fuck they were going for whatsoever. Yeah,
it was bad. All right, so now we get to the main event. Roman and Cody versus Jacob and Solo.
Yes.
And it dragged and dragged and dragged.
It felt like the WrestleMania match.
Yeah, where they were just filling time. Real slow start. Then, you know, they got cooking.
I didn't feel like Cody did shit. Cody did shit through the entire match.
It was weird, because what's the benefit to this match? Like,
okay, so up until the finish, my thought was it was actually a pretty decent heel match, right? Like Solo and Fatu, they were, yeah. And was it a little boring? Was it a little this? Was it, yeah? But that's kind of the point. Like, that's heel wrestling, right? And they did it really well, and especially considering they're up against the two stars, right? And you know, Cody and Roman both went through their motions and whatever, but the finish was fucking odd. Like, I didn't, again, we just had a weird finish. I didn't personally think that Roman and Cody should have won at all. I don't know what you're doing with that. I don't, like, are we protecting them? Is that what's happening? Because I mean, they didn't have to take a finish. You know, it was still a tag match. There was disqualification. There were count outs. You know, there were all these things, and you could have done what you did at the end with, you know, old man Rocky coming out. Like, I don't know. Again, the booking fell off towards the end. I felt like I was watching a show from 5 years ago by the end. Like, that's kind of what it felt like. It
was bizarre. It was very basic. You had Cody do the hot tag, and then he's in the ring for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So that was really weird, but nobody got hurt, I don't think. I mean, the only spot would be Cody with the splash onto the table.
That was pretty cool. I'll give him that. It was pretty cool.
But just basic match. It goes to show you can have a main event when you have stars and people are invested in them. But it wasn't anything to write home about. And then the match is over. Oh, well, Jay comes back after Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, whatever. There's a mysterious man, and it's Jimmy. Sorry. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say it's...
Yeah, Jimmy, and then, you know, they get the win, and then they attack Cody. Jimmy talks Roman into going and saving the day, and then hit the fucking music. Another old guy comes back with his belt that he didn't earn.
Oh,
and
that's
he did nothing.
Fantastic, by the way. Oh my God, no, not at all, not at all.
He cut a promo on Instagram after, I guess.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah, then the show ends, And then 2 hours go by, and then all of a sudden Twitter starts blowing up, and Cody and KO got into an altercation outside by the bus, and KO jumped him and turned heel. So I'm guessing that's probably how they open Raw Monday. Tune in to find out. But
yeah.
Welcome to the 2020s where angles are happening on Twitter.
Well, and they're happening out of nowhere. I don't know, dude. I didn't have anything to say to that. I wanted to have something to say, and then I didn't. So
I was thinking that the main event was going to lead into Survivor Series, that somehow, like, you're going to get, but I don't feel that. Like, there's
you mean like after the fact?
Like, you know, have a setup to push you in to get invested for War Games. But I don't feel that right now. Like,
well, it'd be what? Roman, Cody, Jimmy right now?
And maybe The Rock against the other four?
No.
So that's where it's, like, so weird.
Yeah.
So maybe they're going to lead into Crown Jewel, then after Crown Jewel, then they're going to go into Survivor Series. Maybe. I don't know.
I have no idea, man. That's the thing. Yeah. It felt very very odd for most of the night, but it was enjoyable. Like in the ring, it was good stuff. Just felt a little odd. It's not the first time I've ever said that about a fucking WWE show, you know. So
yeah. So I didn't feel like it was a big waste of time. It was entertaining. I don't know. Maybe a C+, B-.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll agree
I think that's fair, but good pacing. I still think in this new era of wrestling that they're trying to figure out, you know, how to format shows and everything. And it wasn't awful, but it wasn't good by any means. So,
well, there's a lot that they have to do, right? Like when you're watching that show and you're watching a show like on a fucking Saturday that's a pay-per-view, a premium live event, whatever the fuck. I just said I wasn't going to say it again, and then I said it again. I'm such a fucking asshole.
Zing!
But you're only doing 5 matches? Was it 5?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, I mean, you're only putting on 5 matches, and you have a lot of talent. You have a lot of people.
So I did want to discuss that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've been paying attention, but Raw and SmackDown are kind of following that path where they're building up a program to the same week of a pay-per-view.
Okay.
And then they're kind of slotting that into that timeline. So they're pushing more people, and just your big stars are getting the premium event. And the TV stuff is the mid-card kind of, like Braun and Bronson had their big blow-off last week, I think.
Right.
So I think it's good for that, because now your TV, you're elevating other people. So.
Yep. Yeah, I do too. And
very cool.
Yeah. Yes, it is. You're absolutely right.
So it's a different way of thinking, and you know what we've been accustomed to for the last 30 years. So
I'll take it.
Good on them. And then we get next year. We start to get the 2-night shows every fucking couple months.
Yeah. So they took the one that was supposed to be Minneapolis away
and put it in New Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fun.
So, that's weird. Then we got UFC. This ended about 9:30. We get UFC, so we got to see the main prelim, and we get to see Wonderboy get knocked out and probably finish his career.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know. I thought we would do a separate show on this, but to be completely honest, it wasn't
worth it.
Not even remotely close. And I mean, going into it, I wasn't very impressed with the card. It looked okay, and any card has the possibility to like surprise you, obviously, because you don't know when you're going to get that moment in a fight that you're just blown away, or if you're going to get 3 or 4 of them in a row. You don't really know. But last night we didn't get shit. We didn't get shit. I wasn't impressed by any of the fucking main card fights, to be honest. The main event, if I'm being completely honest, my stream was kind of janky, so I didn't really. I'm just saying, like, I didn't really get to pay close enough attention to it to know if it had like a good action to it. But I do know that it was too.
It was awesome. It
okay.
was really good.
Yeah. So that's good. I mean, I'm glad that you got a great main event to the night. But
yeah.
I mean, Raquel Pennington.
Oh, that was.
That fight
Juliana
was awful.
King.
Yeah. Juliana, like, I like that I like what they did. I gotta be honest. I like what they did. It felt kind of a little WWE-ish. Where, you know, Joe is in there and straight up asks her about Kayla, and she ducks her, like, right then and there in the octagon.
She
just
knows.
Completely fucking ducked her. And I want some woman who's been retired for 2 years. Like,
yeah.
You know, but they had Kayla on TV, like, and they showed it to everybody.
And she's flipping the bird.
Yeah. So, like, I liked that. I liked that they kind of added a little promo aspect to it for that.
That's the wrestling factor that they're sliding in there.
Yes, and I enjoy that. And there's a lot more to that too. They have added, and some of it's very subtle, but when you're a purveyor of both, such as we are, like, you see it. It's very the UFC has a really hard follow-up from Sphere, in my opinion. I think it's going to take them a while before people just accept that this is the way shows are going to, you know, that normal shows are still the normal shows.
Yeah.
Because that shit was fucking mind-blowing, dude. We never really came on here and talked about it. But it was ridiculous. It surpassed my expectations. Like, I thought it was going to be fucking cool, but, you know, the one thing I did expect was how they had, like, the
background.
No. In any other arena, when you would have, like, the other TVs, I figured they would have those, you know, like, embedded, like, fake, like, to look like there were TVs. So they did do that. I didn't expect, like, the footage, you know, the way they filmed it and the way they produced that show to just have you be inside of it the whole time and just show you all the promos, like that, the way that the people inside of it were seeing them. I thought that was fucking brilliant. Like, that blew me away. That was probably to be honest, my favorite part. And then, yeah, you got to see the transition of the backgrounds and the movies and stuff. It is phenomenal. And now we got to go back to just, you know, Salt Lake City, where they're booing people in the middle of a fight where they're actually working. Like, yeah. The crowd had a part in spoiling the show for me, by the way.
The crowd was really shitty.
They were.
The stoppage in the Holland fight was kind of weird, I thought, after the end of the first round. Aldo losing split decision was where the booing was really rambunctious throughout that fight, I thought.
That fight was weird.
Yeah. Raquel and Juliana was blah. And then Alex and Khalil went to war.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Like, and not a scratch on Alex. So,
Yeah. He didn't even look like he had been in a fight.
Yeah, and then Khalil's got bloody boogers stringing out of him. I just sent you the interview part instead of the picture.
Okay,
but
yeah.
I guess there's we get another pay-per-view in 3 weeks, so
is it in Vegas at least?
I don't know. It might be in, like, Australia, because it's Max and Ilya.
It's an early one.
It might be.
It's in Riyadh, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kazmat and Whitaker. Lerone Murphy and Dan Ige.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Ankalaev, Rakic, and Shara. So yeah, it's not here because Shara's on the show.
Fucking Ige, like, way to do that dude fucking dirty. He steps up for that fight, and then not only do you not give him the Sphere show like he fucking begged for, but then you fucking tell him he's got to go all the way to the fucking Middle East to fight next. Like, god damn, dude.
Yeah, he got fucked.
Way to do a guy dirty.
Yeah, they fucked him, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
So maybe next weekend we'll do our booking show.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
We're gonna have to. We need to knock some shit out on how we're gonna compose it. You know, because I think just doing here shooting the shit about it is one thing. But if we're doing like an actual like booking thing, we have to have a way to like structure how we. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Exactly. You're following me. You're getting me.
I've been riding your coattails for 10 months, dude.
Oh please, coattails! Give me a. I fucking wish. Wouldn't that be nice? No, I really don't. I'm pretty good with the way things are, honestly. No matter what it seems like self-imposed, man. It's all self-imposed. Trying to get out of this place. I don't know how else to put it, but anyway, dude, it sounds like you got some dinner going on in there.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I fucking hear the beeping and the stirring and all the good stuff going
magician,
on.
Dude. She's a magician.
Yeah.
Check our socials.
Fuck yeah, please.
Up top. You can check out Mike Rips on YouTube.
Mike Rips.
Yeah, he's putting out a lot of stuff lately. Anything on your end there, Sack?
No. Nothing at all.
Good. Glad you're just sitting around doing nothing.
That's pretty much my life.
Yeah. We had the Steelers and the Cowboys a little later. Snoop's at the game.
Oh, yay, because he's not everywhere.
Yeah, well, he's a big Steeler guy. Hopefully we'll be back next week, maybe.
Probably.
And
Bears fucking whooped ass today.
Well, yeah, they beat the Sisters of the Poor, so don't get too
I understand. Yeah, they look really dangerous when they're playing a team that can't get any fucking pressure against like the worst line in the NFL. So
yeah. Who did Jacksonville beat?
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't like to be completely honest, man. I don't know what's going on in most of the NFL right now. I know the Vikings. Like I saw the Vikings.
Oh, they beat the Colts.
Who? The Jacksonville?
Yeah,
they beat the Colts. Dude, the Colts are. Who the fuck are the Indianapolis Colts? Like, who are they? Are they good? Because sometimes they look really, really good.
No, they're bad.
Okay.
I just see Tony Khan posing with their coach.
Okay, yeah.
He's coked out in the picture.
I'm excited for the Steelers Dallas game tonight. Is Justin playing? Is Justin still starting or?
Yeah, he's the starter. It's his. I think Russ is the backup officially tonight. So if Justin fails, then it's on Russ next week.
Yeah, and I didn't go back. I haven't gone back yet because again, requires work and time and effort, and like I don't know, whatever. Anyway, but I did want to go back and find that clip because I do remember that I just kept saying prior to the draft that I wanted them to trade the pick instead of trading Justin.
I think that is on our What's Wrong with Chicago Sports show.
Okay. And yeah, it's very easy when they're 2-2 and the offensive line's terrible and Justin's over in Pittsburgh winning. But what I will say is this. Tomlin makes the difference. right? Like, so I don't know that it would have mattered either way. I think Tomlin makes such a fucking difference that our coaching staff is going to be our coaching staff, our shitty coaching staff, which we clearly still have coaching issues. I mean, it's extremely obvious watching the Bears play. Like, there are still play calling issues. There are still a lot of issues. But again, you know, if you don't have the right coaching, you're not going to get what you get out of a player. Can Tomlin get something out of Justin in that we were never going to get out of him? Maybe. But does that mean that he's better than Caleb Williams? Because right now I'm seeing Caleb Williams in his 5th game of the season start to look like a pretty fucking decent NFL quarterback with that same coaching staff. So I'm not convinced yet that it wasn't the right idea to draft Caleb and to let Justin walk. I'm right now.
Well, they could have drafted Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, but why?
He's better right now.
He's
right now.
I don't know, dude. Again, I don't know. Coaching matters. I'm gonna tell you right now that I don't think that the Caleb Jaden conversation is gonna go the same way as the Mahomes Trubisky one, personally, because I don't think Caleb is gonna fail in the way that Trubisky did, no matter what. But the conversation is still the same, and it's that, yeah, when you go to a team, when you drop in the picks a little bit and you go to a team that has good coaching and won games with what they had, with whatever it was that they had, you're better off than going to a team with shitty coaching staff that has no weapons. I mean, that's just like, and I'm not saying that that's what Caleb did either. Caleb walked into a situation with a lot of weapons. But the coaching staff is growing with him and he's growing with them. Their play calling is much faster in week 5 than it was in week 1 and week 2. They're getting the plays in much quicker, which is what Caleb wants. So yeah. Anyway.
Brandon
Clearly
Nimmo.
Boring, eh?
Brandon Nimmo just hit a home run. Mets are up 4-3 after Phillies tied it. In the bottom of the 7th.
Mets they don't strike me as a team that should be winning right now.
They're just hot.
Yeah,
just hot.
it's fucking wild. It's fucking wild. Dude, I'm gonna be watching I don't know why I told you I was excited for your football game. I'm gonna be watching Dodgers fucking Padres.
There was a good game last night.
Dude, they have 2 just generational rosters. Like, and we all know that MLB wants, you know, the Dodgers
and the Yankees.
Yeah. They want Dodgers, Yankees. They want Judge versus Ohtani. And if I'm being completely honest, as a baseball fan, I want that too. Like it's a it's something that, you know, all things being equal, if the world still exists in the same form that it does 100 years from now, if you have 2 or 3 back-to-back World Series between Judge and Ohtani, and I'm just calling out the 2 of them because no matter how big the other stars are on either team, they still line up behind Judge and Ohtani now. That's just the way baseball is. Judge and Ohtani on their own are the biggest stars in sport, and they're doing the craziest shit in baseball that's ever, you know. But yeah, you want some World Series between those 2 teams, man.
I want the Mets and the Royals.
You're an idiot.
Why? It was a good series.
Nobody wants to watch the Mets and the Royals. Nobody. Nobody wants to watch that. Not even people in Kansas City.
They love their Royals. All right,
They
people.
do. They do. They do.
I think we've covered every topic, except maybe the world of politics, and we're not going to do that here. Florida, brace yourselves, evacuate, because Daddy just got upgraded to a hurricane.
Awesome.
So it's going to be probably a 4 by Thursday. So cool.
If you see falling dry ice, film it.
You tell them.
I did.
Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and watch us on all of that. Follow us.
Mm-hmm. Do those things.
Yeah, all of it.
Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.